That's right. The powers that be have run some really fancy algorithms today and admitted they were lying to us all along about the amount of oil spilling into the Gulf. Oops. I mean, they realized they'd miscalculated the figure up until this point. So it's now as much as 2.5 million gallons per day, or about 10 million liters. Surprised? Why should you be? Were you expecting them to announce that it actually wasn't as bad as they'd originally told you? Don't hold your breath. Remember, this is the third time the estimate, has been revised upwards, and it won't be the last. Independent oil spill experts, not paid by BP or the government, so therefore obviously not trustworthy, believe the number to be at least several times the official one. For those of us who saw Blue Planet, a beautiful series about aquatic life on Earth produced by the BBC, we know that when nutrient-rich fresh water flows out into the warm, sunlit ocean, we see extraordinary biological diversity and abundance. The Mississippi River is the largest in North America and drains almost the entire continent into the Gulf, a tropical paradise of biodiversity. Where did this false flag event, honest accident, occur? Right where the Mississippi and Gulf meet. Right where hurricanes slam into the coast every July through September. Right where nobody, not even the press, can film. 1.5 kilometers below the surface, where no light reaches, where no one can go, where we have to take their word, worthless as they have proven it to be in the past, on what's going on. So where's the raw footage of oil in the water, on the beaches, in the marshes and swamps along the coast? Go ahead, search for it. I can't find any. Just BP or government-released footage of brown underwater bubbles, a pretty sheen, and slippery pelicans being cleaned off. Aren't there any YouTubers in any of the 5 states of the Gulf? Of course there are, but they're not allowed to film. Showing the truth about what's happening in our oceans is apparently against BP's rules. Well, who gives a fuck? We have the right to know what's happening. Let's see the dead and dying fish, crabs, sharks, corals, shrimp, bivalves, plant life, turtles, whales, and dolphins. And after we see them dying, we'll want to see BP dying. I say dissolve BP, seize everything it owns, sell it off cheap, and use it to fix this engineered mess and begin the cleanup process. Exxon Valdez was over 21 years ago, and the ecosystem there still hasn't recovered. This spill already dwarfs Exxon Valdez, and it's still going. Just because BP caused it does not mean we should let them continue to fuck it up. The ocean belongs to no company. It belongs to life on Earth, period. I guess I should mention that the guilty parties sold their shares in the responsible companies right before the accident, that the dispersants being used are more poisonous than the oil and only serve to hide it, not clean it, that the best idea they've come up with to date is trying to stuff golf balls and used car tires into the holes, and that it appears there are several, possibly even larger leaks coming right out of the ocean floor itself. And what does Obama decree today? He says he's only going to give BP the summer to figure out what to do. What? They managed to produce 3 billion doses of vaccine within weeks of the made-up swine flu scare, but they're just going to let this real catastrophe continue for as long as it's convenient? And we're supposed to just stay tuned to our television sets for updates? What a traitor. If you think this disaster isn't being utilized to the fullest by the men behind the curtain, or quite likely caused directly by these guys in the first place, you've been asleep since at least September of 2001.